Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to a very spooky CTG podcast for the 29th of October. It's a Halloween special. And so, joining me, GD, as always, we have Cajr, and Doc is back after a week absence. It's been a week.
2 weeks.
3 weeks? I don't know.
3 weeks. No, I think it's 2. And this week we are joined by a Zombie Bytes master of zombies himself, IRN RYN. How are you guys this spooky week?
I'm good.
I'm spookified.
I'm
good. You've left me until now.
we thought this would be the best episode to have you on, Ryan, since it's Halloween.
Well,
when this comes out, it will be Halloween, so it's nice.
Oh, brilliant! And Halloween is so much better than Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Says the only man in the room.
Anyway, so like I said, it's a Halloween special. So we thought we'll talk about one thing that it stands for, and that is the survival horror genre in gaming and how it's evolved over time. Starting with, in my opinion, one of the best series, well, apart from the last couple of games, the Resident Evil series. I think that's what introduced me, at least, into the survival horror. I remember just sitting in front of the TV with my brother, basically playing through the first couple of games. What was your guys' first experience in the survival horror genre, anyway?
Yeah, probably Resident Evil as well.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Ryan?
Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
same.
Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Unless you count the haunted level on Mickey's Illusion Mansion or whatever it was.
That's what I was trying to think about, that one. That was scary.
That was...
I was trying to think of one.
Oh.
The haunted house level on Mario.
We cannot count those ones. Who in their right mind is scared of Boo?
It's horrible.
I had nightmares of Boos. I used to see them in my bed and just look at them constantly, even though I knew they weren't there. But if I turned my back, I knew it'd get me in my sleep.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Next you're going to tell me that you're scared of the dry bones in the castle.
Oh, don't. That's something else. That's a whole different. That's. Yeah.
No, like I said, with me, it was the Resident Evil series, even though, unfortunately, it's kind of been a bit lackluster, except for the Revelation series that's starting to come out. I think we had the first one, which is on a boat, and now we've got the second one that's coming out next year as well, which is going to be episodic, which looks kind of cool. But like I said, there's loads of games in this genre. I think you got your Resident Evils, you've got your Silent Hill, with Silent Hills planning to be coming out either next year or the year after.
How many Silent Hills have there been?
Well, we've got 3. We've got Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3. I mean, there was Shattered The Room. Was that 3?
I don't fucking know.
No.
Yeah, Downpour.
Well, that was the latest one. Shattered Memories. Which
PT?
Do we count PT?
It was playable, so yes.
It's a playable trailer. That's the point. That's what it's called. It's playable trailer. Still not managed to play it. I've not even played it.
Why not, Mr. Scaredy Pants?
Because you know what I'm like with horror games.
He's a scaredy pants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't mind if I'm scaredy pants. I'd rather take the title of scaredy pants with stuff like this.
I'm amazed you even got into those sewers, GD.
You why?
Come on, I've been waiting so long to mention sewers.
Oh.
Fantastic. And a big
Sewers can be creepy as well if you want. You got to think they've got spiders, crocodiles in some countries.
And
GDs.
Where was we? Talking about horror games, weren't we? So yeah, like I said, we've got Silent Hill. Trying to think of other horror games, not mentioning the newer generation of stuff.
You could, I suppose you could say the Alien games, like the Colonial Marines crap.
Yeah, Colonial. Oh. Well, I remember
a comedy in the horror game.
Yeah. Well, we've got they also had like Aliens vs Predator as well. A lot of movie tie-in games.
I've got one which was meant to be really good. A psychological thriller. It was like labelled as Alan Wake.
Oh, the one.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
I've never actually played through it.
I never played it.
I did. It was good, apart from the Duracell batteries. There's never enough batteries.
I think that's the theme in horrors lately. I've noticed that you've got Duracell batteries in. Sorry, there are other brands of batteries. You've got batteries in Alan Wake. You've got it in Outlast for the camera.
Yeah.
I think is it Fatal Frame? The one with where it's usually got the little girl taking photos of ghosts.
What?
What? That was Project. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was Fatal Frame. Yeah, it was Fatal Frame. Yeah. I think they've.
That's for the GameCube, wasn't it?
They did one for the GameCube. It's always, by the sounds of things, been a Nintendo product. I think they've announced the third one, but a lot of people think it's kind of pervy because it's Ninja Theories, the guys who's behind the latest one. And one of their most proudest moments is that they've put jiggle physics in this game. And also, when she gets wet, as in rain, her clothes get wet as well. Wow! That's what you need in a survival horror game.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go down the pervy route at the moment.
No.
No.
At the moment, are you saving it for later?
Yeah, actually.
What, in your dreams?
That's for the summer podcasts.
That's for the summer. No, that's Valentine's Day.
That's a long way off.
It's Valentine's Day. That's what that one's going to be for.
You and Heavenly going to have a nice trip down memory lane?
Anyway, well, the thing is, going back to the survival horrors, now we've noticed this, I think at least the last generation, we've started to see a bit of a split between how survival horror games have been put out. You've got more of the action-oriented, like we said, Resident Evil, or Dead Space 3, that went down a action-packed way as well. I think you slowly started to see that in the second one. But now you see, like, with the indie developers, and sometimes a AAA game once in a while, who have gone down the actual pure survival horror games, where you are basically you're defenseless in this, and you've just got to try and hide. The stealthy types, your Slender, your
Outlast.
Or one other game that I've noticed. Have you guys heard of Five Nights at Freddy's?
I have.
Yeah.
Who's Freddy?
No.
Right.
It's kind of a PC thing, you wouldn't understand.
Doc, do you want to explain?
Oh, that's just no, we don't talk about PC here, do you?
Doc, do you want to explain what Five Nights at Freddy's is? Because it is also on iOS as well now.
It's a very...
Who cares about iOS game? Sorry, who cares about iOS? It's even worse than PC.
No, anyway. Like
not that bad.
Let him explain what the game is.
Oh. I was quite drunk when I played it. It's very simple, and it's very creepy. But I'm trying to think the best way to describe it.
Right, you're supposed to be working the night shift at a Chuck E. Cheese style of place. So you've got these animatronic musical characters, which come to life at night.
Oh, wicked!
The point is, they basically wander around in the Chuck E. Cheesy type of restaurant, but they are out there to try and kill you.
Like an 18-rated night at the museum.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's the best way of putting
Same
it.
concept.
Yeah,
Ricky Gervais in it as well, trying to fire you.
Yeah. No. Well, there is a whole story behind it as well, which is kind of creepy. But the point is, you've got security cameras. You stay in the security room, of course, and you keep an eye on these animatronic creatures, which basically keep moving across. And you've basically got two doors in your security office, which you can shut if you see them. And it is basically a jump scare because it will come right at you once you've been caught, and you've got to survive. I think it's from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And you've got to survive 5 days in this game, which is they're already planning to make a second game of that as well.
Yeah, they've said they're making another one.
This time
it's very good. It's such a simple thing, but it's so horrible.
Well, the second one, this time they're not going to include doors.
Nice.
But this time they're going to give you a
window.
No, they're going to give you an animatronic head to put on when they're actually in the room, which is not something you want because you'll be able to still see them in the room.
It's gonna be mental. I'll have to stream that.
I tried to watch. Not my type of game. Really not my type of game. Anyway, moving on. Outlast. I'm guessing you three have played Outlast.
Yeah.
I've seen it been played.
I've tried to play it. I made friends with a lantern.
Yeah, this is a nice gate. I'm saying
this gate is nice outside. Why are we not staying outside, guys?
It's no rain. It's just a nice evening. The stars out. We're fine out here.
I'm still arguing a point here. Why the hell are we even going into an insane asylum?
We follow the story.
I don't care of the story. There's no sense. You know something bad's in there. Why are you going in there?
Well, there's only a few SWAT cars outside that were empty.
That doesn't make it better.
Could be really safe in there. They could be having a nice little party, shindig, waiting for you to turn up. You're having a little disco. There's cake. But no, you don't get cake because you stayed outside like a girl. I was in there climbing through sewers.
Doc's getting in on the action.
The thing is, it's such a good game, and it's done so well on the PS4 and the Xbox One that they've actually said that they are working on a second Outlast. Which
where is it going to be set now? Then
they haven't said. They said that they're working on it, but they're going to keep everything pretty much.
Go through the back door.
And hopefully it will be out by, not hopefully, it more than likely will be out by Halloween next year.
There's a streaming for your GD?
At least on PC. No, fuck off. I'm not even going to, no.
You are.
No. Another game, off the top of my head, what I was talking about, one game that I think actually started this stealthy survival horror thing, Slender.
Yeah.
Right, that's another game I know next to nothing about.
Well, I think, have you seen Slender?
Is it on console?
Actually, yeah, The Rival is actually on console.
It's on Xbox, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Rival.
Yeah, it's basically a HD remake of it, which is interesting. It's called Slender the Arrival, which is available on consoles. It's available there. But like I said, the original was Slender, and it was a game where, don't get me wrong, you were not meant to win it, was you?
You were going around finding it. Was it the one you go around finding bits of paper, don't you?
Yeah.
And then the Slender Man turns up and you die.
Yeah.
But it's so creepy because you just have the light in front of you, basically.
They say that he's a couple of footsteps always behind you, and the more papers you picked up, the closer and closer he got to you. And as soon as you saw him, all that happened was the screen just went into static.
You're freaking me out, GD. I'm going to have to turn the lights out so I can get in the mood.
Get in the mood.
Get in the mood.
But, in my opinion, I've seen a couple of videos of it, and thanks to that, it has brought these games. I hate it because they brought these games. Why did they have to change survival horrors that way?
They've always been pretty good, though.
Yeah,
you've missed out a few gems. That happened ages ago.
Manhunt.
Like what?
Eternal Darkness. And there's not been a game that's freaked me out as much as that has since. That used to mess around with your TV.
Did it?
Have you never played Eternal Darkness for the GameCube?
I'd like to point out here, you're talking to the guy who will not even play Outlast properly.
Yeah, well, I figured you might have had some balls during your life and just lost them along the way.
No, Heaven took him when she took him into the sewers.
You're not allowed to mention the sewers, mate. Remember that.
Well, Eternal Darkness used to, you had a health meter and you had an insanity meter. And there was a few bit of action scenes in it where your health meter would go down if you got hit by bad guys, but also your insanity meter, if that went, you didn't know when things were going to happen, but like bugs would start flying around. Like you're playing and a fly would land on your TV and it'd annoy the crap out of you. And then you'd realise that the fly wasn't actually on the TV, it was actually in the game. That was meant to look as though it was on the TV.
I
And then all of a sudden your volume bar would go down. So you'd end up turning your volume up, and then it'd blast a load of fucking volume at you.
I think I might have actually played that.
Oh, it was freaking. You'd go through another room and you'd be on the ceiling and you think, oh, it's glitching out. Or it'd go onto your memory card and you'd see all the stuff that you've actually saved and then it'd start deleting all the stuff. But the worst one was when it used to...
I remember it now.
The worst one was when it had a reflection. Now, if you was in the summertime and you were playing it during the day, this was when it was the scariest. And it's bright light. And you'd see a reflection of... a rocking chair, and then you wouldn't pay any attention. Well, I didn't pay any attention to it at first until it started moving, and you think that's not the reflection of the TV. That's freaking the hell out of me. So it just, it sent me goosebumps. It was horrible.
So you're telling me that one works better when it's actually daylight in the summer?
Yeah.
So you're telling me this game has a way to freak you out when it's actually light.
When all the lights are on and you've got company. Because, I think I was round at my mate's house when we were playing it, and we were just chatting along, and you can see a reflection of us, and obviously the old TVs, like, these don't give off much of a reflection, but there was a fella in the rocking chair, rocking backwards and forwards. Oh, it freaked the hell out of us.
That's actually made me think of another game that I think someone slightly mentioned as well. Amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The one that I've seen is the one Machine for Pigs. And I think it wasn't a glitch, but I remember another video on YouTube, and they're basically walking around, and it didn't help because it was two people playing the game at the same time, one controlling the camera, the other one controlling the actions are gone. And I don't know if they did it or the game did it, but basically they turned around and there was a chair, but it was stuck into the wall. Basic chair. It was like that it's like sideways on the wall, and they got freaked out by it. But or when they was walking down into this area and the pig just went straight across them. The simple things like that freaked them out, because it's one of those games where that's a good thing. It builds tension.
Yeah.
That's what the games do well. A good survival horror game does well if it builds tension.
Yeah, I've always said that games can be a lot scarier than films.
But
because they bring you in it, don't they?
Yeah, if you're playing the game yourself, you're actually holding the controller. It's a lot more scary than watching someone, I'd say.
Except for you're doing it. Different.
In most films as well, and some games, you can always tell when these jump moments are going to happen.
Yeah.
That's right. If they build the tension, then anything, like, you'll just see something flicker or move, you're like, oh, fuck me, what's that? And then something will happen, you're like, yep, heart attack.
Yeah, but going back to Resident Evil, did we have any tension before the dogs come flying through the window?
I think they tried with this first zombie.
The thing
when you can hear it, you can hear it munching, but you can't see it because of the camera angle. It's around the corner.
No, but it goes into a cutscene, so you do end up seeing it. But when the dogs come flying through the window, you're just there pottering about and.
I think there was some as well, because I remember, when you first met the Lickers as well.
That's Resident Evil 2.
That was 2. Oh, there was one of them at least. But
there was no Lickers in original Resident Evil.
The thing is, the first couple of ones did do well when it came to the tension. It's just that they went down especially 5 and 6, they went down a action-oriented way.
I think the reason they did that is because the characters were so used to dealing with a zombie apocalypse.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, Leon, who else is in it? Jill, Chris, Claire. They've been there for 10 years maybe, just dealing with zombie apocalypse after one zombie apocalypse after another.
The thing is, after so long, you'll be used to it. You won't be scared. You'll just think, "Oh, this is just a normal day as work," basically.
Yeah, that kind of takes away like the horror part of it, though. Like with Outlast and stuff, and you're just an investigative journalist, and then all of a sudden you're getting chasing. That brings horror to it. If you're like a seasoned soldier, you're like, yeah, I can shoot this shit.
Boys, that's another thing, going back to these stealthy survival horrors, and this is something that I find annoying with, you could say Outlast could go down in this bracket as well. Alien Isolation follows this bracket as well. But after so long, you don't get scared. Are you? The thing is, because you're technically used to it.
Yeah, but I think the problem with that is it's hard to maintain constant tension.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've got a question. Now this is what PT works quite well, because it's usually you've got about an hour, 2 hours of that. We can say it's a game, but it does it so well with the tension. Now, would you rather have a 2 or 3 hour playthrough of a game and have as much tension, focus on that, the tension part of it, or do you prefer the idea of having them have this longer game and have the tension near the start?
Longer game, because then you get more game.
Yeah, but if you're buying a game to be scared, you'd rather have a short experience and actually be scared through the whole game.
Would you buy a game for say £40 and complete it in 2.5 hours?
It'd be scary if you didn't have a save point and you went to the old school way of starting all the way from the beginning again.
Exactly.
Oh God, yeah.
So if we did that, would you really want a 4 or 5 hour game of that?
Yeah, I'd still want it, because you know what was happening up until that point where you died last time.
Well, that's definitely
yeah, you're like left dodge, right dodge, left dodge, right. Oh, where was the left? Oh, damn it, start again.
But like I said, would you want a game which is shorter but has more tension and actually will scare you throughout the whole game, or would you just want a game where it slowly starts to die down near at the end?
Maybe not die down, but like if they had tension at the start, then it kind of killed off for a bit, and then it just absolutely destroyed your soul. Maybe I'd prefer that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
there you go. We should all make a game.
We're not making it.
Start off really horrible. Then we'll throw some unicorns in there and some ponies and make it really nice. And all of a sudden,
Don't
like,
forget the
they just turn like rabid.
Unicorns are scary enough as it is.
Yeah, those things are scary if you think about it. They're basically horses with a weapon.
I just think it's scary because they can't wear hats.
They can wear a hat.
Yeah, if you're careful.
You balance it on the horn.
Have you seen a unicorn try and wear a hat?
Yes.
How do they put it on? They can't put it on though, can they? They can't. They won't be able to reach with the hooves. They have no thumbs.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc.
What point?
There you go. You see.
Well, let's put. Like, if you want to be real serious about this, how are they going to grip the bloody hat in the first place? There's no opposable thumbs.
Well, there you are, Cajr. You're the one who said that they could put hats on.
Yeah. So.
No, I didn't. I said they could wear a hat. I didn't say they could put a hat on. I said they could wear a hat. We can technically put the hat on them.
I ain't going near a unicorn.
How the hell did we get on the unicorns?
That's why I'm just asking. How the hell did we get to unicorns?
My horror game.
We're going as far away from horror games with unicorns as possible.
No, I don't like unicorns. Don't trust them.
Do you know any unicorns?
Many.
Oh my god! Seriously, can we move to?
I want whatever you're on then.
Oh my god! You know what? That's a good idea. We should make a horror game based on unicorns.
I reckon that'd work.
Yeah,
Just
you could customise it and stick traffic cones or ice cream cones on top of the reds.
I can think of a scene already. You're basically walking down a corridor, and then, bash, through the door, there's a unicorn's head going, meh. That would
go in what, GD?
Go, meh.
that was just...
Sounds like a sheep.
Oh my god, that's the thing. It's actually just a sheep dressed as a unicorn.
Like, oh my god, it's a unicorn. It's like, it's a very, very, very confused unicorn.
I don't know
what I am. I want to be a unicorn. Come here, son, we'll put this on top of your head.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Welcome to the CTG Podcast, where we talk about unicorns and how they should break through doors as dressed as sheep. Thank you, guys.
Anyway, so, quick question for everyone. What was the first game that actually truly scared you? It doesn't have to be a horror game, but just truly scared you. Moment in a game.
Tetris.
They're missing blocks.
No, I think with me, it was probably... I would say, because it was a game that I remember quite well, Dead Space. First time you meet a necromorph, it bursts through that vent.
Oh, when you're in the other room?
No, first time you meet one.
Oh, hell no. No, when all your mates are in the room and they get absolutely shanked, and you're on the outside going, oh, that's alright, and they start chasing you, that's scary.
No, like I said, because it just came out of nowhere.
When you give one a hug, it's different.
So, not even Resident Evil scared you, GD?
I didn't think it scared me as much because I think with that it wasn't me, it was me and my brother who was playing those games. I was the one who was basically helping him through the whole thing. He was the one controlling it. So it wasn't as scary because it was two people going down the same path.
Yeah.
Which is
Mine was actually Resident Evil.
Really?
I remember it to this. Yeah, fighting the snake in the attic.
I don't remember. This thing is, like I said, because it's been a long time since I played it. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, it's been a long time since I played it. You got to think about it. When did it come out? About 96-ish? 96, 98-ish? Yeah. In 1998, I was 10 going on 11 years old. Imagine a 10-year-old playing Resident Evil.
Imagine a 9-year-old.
You were 10 years old when?
I was born in 87.
Oh, so was I.
Well, the thing is, imagine an 8 and a 6-year-old playing the game.
Oh, that's what I mean. That's the first game that truly scared me.
Oh, truly? I don't know. Have you must have played computer games before Resident Evil, though.
Yeah, but I don't think Mario's fucking scary.
It's trippy.
It bloody was.
The guy eating mushrooms growing. Yeah, alright.
What were the other games I got? FIFA's never scary.
Silent Hill. That one thing that...
No, that came out after Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Well, there must have been a game that scared you before Resident Evil, though.
No, because he's
got a point. You got to remember, Resident Evil is the one that actually
brought it mainstream.
Yeah, brought it mainstream in the end. The thing is, you got to remember, we didn't have, like nowadays, we don't have those indie games as easy access as they used to be.
You got to remember, I never had a shitty PC.
And then again, when PCs were then, you still didn't have the indie game market properly, did you? In 96?
You know, but then you have those things like Doom and that, were they scary?
Doom, that was probably my first scary one.
Yeah, that was quite horrific.
I never played that one.
One thing that also, actually, no, I think going back from Dead Space, actually thinking of it, it's probably Silent Hill, because it still kind of freaks me out to this day when it's a very foggy day, and then in the back of my mind I'm thinking, all I need now is the sound of a crackling radio. But yeah, like I said, I like horror games to a point. I don't like the new wave of feeling... I think that's what I don't like about the new wave of feeling defenseless. In the end, I don't like that, because personally, if it was real life, I don't think I would not do anything. I wouldn't run away. I would probably run and hide, but if I'm caught, I wouldn't not do anything. I would try and hit them at least.
Get off me now!
I'm a big guy, so I would actually try and stop them myself.
Then they'll find me in the sewer.
Yeah, and we'll keep running the opposite way.
Thanks.
We'll leave you behind.
Take him!
Just take him easy. You always got to remember, you don't have to be the fastest.
He's in the locker. He's in the locker. He's the one who ran past the window.
And then they'll go after you, realising, why am I turning this and why am I not hiding?
No one likes a telltale tip.
But, yeah.
No,
what I'd do, JD's hidden in his locker, I'd ring him up. No, something. What? Where's my phone?
God damn it, why is it not on silence? But
they'll just look at me and be like, too high.
Fair enough. But yeah, thank you, horror games, I guess, for making at least our Halloweens as scary as possibly can be.
Hang on, I don't think Ryan and Doc actually answered my question.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Answer the damn question.
Well, we covered it. I said about Duke Nukem. Not Duke Nukem,
Doom.
They say Doom.
Mine was Mario, like I told you before, and Mickey Mouse's Castle of Illusion.
That was dodgy. Wasn't it a Donald Duck game as well, where he went to a horrible castle?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He went into a horrible...
Yeah, that was on the old Mega Drive. Alex the Kid on the Master System, that was trippy.
I think, don't get me wrong, but when you say like further things like SNES and stuff like that, I can't think of a horror game like that scaring me because it's the Pixel 2.
Yeah,
2D
but back then I was impressionable child, wasn't I?
Yeah.
But
the other thing about back then is most games weren't really made for the adults. If you look at back then, they were all arcade.
They knew how to scare children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Little ghosts and Mickey Mouse and a big castle with Donald Duck.
Actually, thinking before we end this little conversation of the survival horrors, there's one more game that I kind of forgot, which actually stuck in my mind as well. Have you guys played a game called Parasite Eve?
I've heard of it.
No.
You've heard of it. Well, it came out on the PlayStation. I think you can get it at the moment as digitally on the PS Vita, which is nice. It was a bit like a Resident Evil game, but instead of zombies, it's like a parasite has spread over the world instead of the virus effect.
So you're hitting bugs.
Sort of, yeah. But I remember.
Got a fly squat.
I remember one thing where you had to cross this platform with this water, and this giant fish came out of the water, who was infected by these parasites. That was my scariest moment. Now thinking of it, because you do not expect a giant sea bass coming out of the water trying to eat you.
So I want to know what GD's actual scariest moment ever is.
I would
Not
say,
his first scariest moment.
Ever.
Outlast. It's got to be Outlast. It's got to be Outlast.
It is Outlast. I think it's, like I said, I've not played much of Outlast, but there was one reason why I actually completely stopped playing it, and I did actually make it through the first vent and make it in the hallway. Now, when you open the first door, when something drops down, that freaked me out, because it was the whole atmosphere as well at the same time, because I know everything in this game is meant to scare the shit out of me. And as I opened that door, because my tension was as high as it possibly was, and when the thing dropped in front of me, that was mine. Yeah, that's it. I can't do this. My heart is racing at the moment.
You told me once before, you actually made it down into the basement.
I didn't make it into the basement.
You lied to them.
I didn't
even know you made it in the place. I thought you just stayed outside.
I didn't say that I made it into the basement. I've seen the basement, but I've not made it down to the basement. All I've made it is through the vent part and opened the first door.
So, wow, you got far. That was money well spent, wasn't it?
You done well.
Yeah, it was, because I got it for free.
That's a good point.
Yeah, PS Plus, weren't it? It was PS Plus.
Yeah.
So technically, you didn't get it for free, but you did.
Yeah, it's free, in my opinion. I think if you don't get PS Plus on the PS4, you're missing out on the online stuff anyway.
Don't you have to get it nowadays?
Service.
Yeah, you still need to get it to play most online multiplayers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only ones that you don't is the PS3 and the PS Vita, but with PlayStation 4 you do, is to play online, which is nice. But then again, you get 2 free games a month, so get it. So,
I can't.
Would you say there would be, say you had Outlast, but you done it from a third person point of view, would it be as scary?
No.
So you reckon it's all to do? So if they did like a horror game, kind of how they did Heavy Rain, say, obviously not a horror game, but like in that kind of way where it's more cinematic, more
like an interactive novel.
Yeah, would that be scarier than the first person? Or a third person, do you reckon?
I think it would be scary first of all, but I think afterwards it won't, because you kind of know the story.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's good about like Outlast, and I hate to say it, but is it not Dying Light, Daylight, the one that I had to do a review and I decided to do a stream on, where you basically run. That's another thing, what I liked about Daylight, because they changed the layout every time you played it.
Yeah.
So
Daylight?
Daylight.
Yeah, you had a mobile phone and you just thought,
you basically was going through, by the looks of things, first of all, was a rundown hospital.
What? Was that the game that you can't die?
Yeah.
Or nothing can actually hurt you, or something like that.
No. You can still be hurt, because I was killed a couple of times, but I didn't notice I got killed. Because it basically took you back to the start of that area again.
Oh, so you just go around. Oh.
Yeah, you had to find pieces of papers. I think it was about 5 or 6 pieces of papers. Then you had to go to where this like a cult circle thing, where there was a floating object in the middle of it. You picked up that object and it opened the door to the next area. While at the same time you've got ghosts, and I think you had glow sticks, which you can use to show you hints of where things were, and you also had flares which burnt the ghost spirits which were chasing after you.
Okay.
Well, it was a good game, but I think it could have been better. But yeah, what was I on about with that bit?
To answer Cajr's question, I think I remembered probably Ghostbusters. For what was it for now? Keyboard.
Xbox 360.
The PC?
No, way before then.
Commodore, Amiga.
That's the one. Commodore, Ghostbusters.
God damn it, how old is your gaming history, man?
It's not, it's just I had it all lying around when I was born. So.
I know that game.
Yeah.
I know that game,
It burst through the cinema screen right at the beginning. Oh, that scared the hell out of me.
What?
Yeah. No, that was brilliant. Look it up on YouTube.
I need to order that. I need to order that game off eBay. I've got a Commodore 64 in my loft at my mum's.
Get it on the go. Stream it. I'll watch it.
How am I going to stream a Commodore 64?
No,
I don't know. You're the tech guy.
People can stream a goddamn 3DS. You can find a way to stream a Commodore 64.
Oh, can you imagine how good that would be? Streaming a Commodore 64.
I've seen people just get an emulator.
Do it. Yeah, there you are.
You can do it that way. Just do it for your PC.
And it was brilliant as well. It was really, really good.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's a bit of nostalgia there.
Hey, Cajr.
Anyway, let's move on to the next subject. Now, we've been talking about the survival horror games quite often, but what about those games which seem to bring in the horror aspect when sometimes it's not really needed? And it's mainly followed thanks to zombies. Yeah, so it's basically, like your games like your Call of Duty with its, what's the zombie mode called? It's just called zombie mode, I'm guessing.
Zombies.
Yeah, zombies.
Zombies, yeah. And you've got your Red Dead Redemption with the Nightmare.
Undead Nightmare.
Thank you. But it's certain games like that. Is there actually any point of this? Basically, just bring zombies in a game where, don't get me wrong, it's not always needed.
Right, well, GD, right? You go to McDonald's and you get a choice, right? Mm-hmm. Whether you want a supersize or not. Now, if you don't want zombies, don't supersize. Simple as that. Zombies is like the extra slice of bacon. That's what it is.
Next subject.
One minute, I just realised something here. Do you think when something's been supersized, it's basically they've added bacon?
Yeah.
You've definitely not been to McDonald's, have you?
I want bacon in my thing.
Do you want extra bacon? Yeah, I'll have extra bacon. Do you want zombies in it? Yeah, go on, I'll have zombies in it as well.
Yeah, it's not, you don't, like, Undead Nightmare, you didn't have to buy the DLC. If you didn't, you're a bit of a knob.
In fact, I didn't even buy the game. I just bought the retail version of the DLC. Because it had zombies.
It's a very good DLC indeed.
Well, it's not only Red Dead Redemption that did it. Sleeping Dogs did it. They did a standalone zombies mod, didn't they, I think?
See, now I'm going to have to go buy that now.
Yeah, look at him. He's like he's missed something. He's just upset. He's crying.
There's something with zombies that
dropping his biscuit in his tea.
To be honest, I had no interest in Minecraft whatsoever until somebody told me they had zombies in it. So that's the reason why I've got Minecraft.
Yeah, but that kind of works because it's also got skeletons in it as well. And one of the best creatures in gaming history is in there as well.
I don't know what you talk.
What, the Endermen?
No, the creepers. Screw the Endermen.
Never heard of a creeper before.
The Wither.
Awesome. I can't wait for the Wither. That's a good point. They did an update on the Xbox One, but I haven't seen what the update is yet.
I've heard. Well, we know what we're doing after here.
I've heard, if you let me talk, I've heard horses.
I don't want horses.
What do you mean? I'm fed up with riding around on a pig.
No! Pigs are awesome! You just need to
Pigs
dangle
are
the carrot
annoying.
in front of them and off they go.
They move slow.
Sounds like a night out clubbing.
I don't know, don't get me wrong. But why would they do that? They know it's Halloween on Friday. Why do they think, you know what we're going to bring out? Let's bring horses.
You've got to think about it. The child probably trying to get everything in, but there must be limitation.
Where did you hear that then, Cajr?
Internet?
Ah.
It was rumours before they actually come out, so.
Yeah, I know there was an update because, like I said, I loaded up my Xbox today. So it must have been an update today with it. Because, we were talking about the podcast yesterday, weren't we? Anyway, let's go back onto the subject about zombies in non-horror games. Now, can you guys think of other games that do have this thing? Or if not, what game would you actually like to see a zombie mode in it?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
GTA.
How did I know Ryan was going to say GTA?
You were in the room, Cajr.
I was just about to say how much money for GTA off Ryan. You didn't let me down. I didn't get the chance to say it, but you didn't let me down either.
Yeah. GTA. It had a zombie in Grand Theft Auto Nico Bellic, whatever number that was. Yeah, you could play as a zombie.
No, that was just acting.
No, in the Nico Bellic one you could play as a zombie, but you'd just move around as an ordinary character.
Well, why would you want zombies in this? Okay, I understand why you would want zombies in Grand Theft Auto.
No. But it's the closest thing I'm, personally, not being a PC player, it's the closest thing I'm going to get to DayZ.
No, you're
Sleeping
not.
Dogs.
No, when it comes on console?
Yeah.
I
I haven't got Sleeping Dogs, have I?
Oh, wait,
Sleeping,
that's another PlayStation into...
Well, get the definitive edition.
Oh, is it on for PlayStation only? Is this... I've never heard of the game.
What, Sleeping Dogs?
No.
What game are we on about now?
H1Z1 and DayZ.
Yeah, the same thing.
They're both coming out on PlayStation. By the sounds of things...
I just thought something. Hang on, fuck off a minute. You should a minute, GD.
Okay.
I just thought of a game which was brilliant when I first played it, which was on the game, State of Decay. I'm sorry, I just had to say that game.
Oh,
brilliant
love
game.
that game.
State of Decay was brilliant, but it didn't have multiplayer.
No.
I just had to get that into the podcast.
You hammered State of Decay, didn't you?
Yeah, 100% it.
Didn't a lot of people find it a bit upsetting? Because I think when there's supposed to be certain things on it, which wasn't included, I think, was there a problem with the multiplayer, or they did it?
Never had multiplayer.
No. They said they might do multiplayer, but they're basically released State of Decay because they want to bring out a MMO kind of game, or a massively multiplayer game. So they brought out State of Decay, and then everyone's like, oh, this would be great as a kind of multiplayer. So on their website for ages, they were like, oh, we're looking at multiplayer. No, we're not doing it.
Did they say it was... Did the code name something like Level 4 or something like that?
Yeah,
they just kept bringing out the DLC, didn't they?
Yeah, and then they did codename something as something for the online something.
Yeah, it was
the one they
want
want to make kind of thing. They want to make a different game because everyone brought State of Decay and loved it. They thought if they bring out what do we call it? You know, an online one, everyone's going to buy it, but everyone wants State of Decay to play with their friends.
Well, actually, that's made me think of another game as well. We was on about Heavy Rain, weren't you, earlier?
Yes.
How you would like to... Would you actually follow the story? You know which game I'm about.
Don't say it. That's not fair, that.
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. Telltale series of Walking Dead.
That's alright.
Which game did you think I was on about?
No, I'm not going to say. No,
say it now, because I'm curious. What game
was it the big zombie game for the PlayStation that never came or will never ever come out for? Is it Last of... No.
The Last of Us, that did come out.
Not for the Xbox.
Yeah,
of
course it won't. No, that's a different type of zombies, actually, thinking of it. That's, I think a lot of people, it's more of is it a type of pollen or something like that? Which
it was there's a, plant.
So some kind of fungus. But,
They were zombies.
Clickers. I've played a little bit of it. I want to play the multiplayer of that, actually. It's, one thing I still want to play. But yeah, clickers and that lot, and people getting enraged. Talking of enraged, Left 4 Dead.
Yay!
Yeah.
You didn't get that.
You didn't get that?
That's a good game.
No, PlayStation didn't get it.
I think that.
No, they didn't. PlayStation didn't get Left 4 Dead. Don't tell me, because I will cry then.
I know Xbox 360 got Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, because I remember I was playing quite a lot of it.
I've got them.
You got them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got them.
That's a brilliant.
I still own them.
I got rid of the first one, actually, because the second one you might as well have. Just the second one with all the DLC.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've got it on PC as well, with pretty much all the DLC and all the modding. Oh, you gotta love the Steam Workshop.
I have seen
game.
some of the modding that is pretty funny.
yeah.
The Minecraft one especially is hilarious. The Simpsons one.
I've seen one with My Little Pony as well.
It's just all witches.
Anyway, back to the issue at hand. I thought of another game which you could say got zombie-like characters in it. Halo, the Swarm.
Oh, the Flood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about those guys.
Yeah, they've got. I'm just looking at the
But
game.
they're more mutants, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, but
because then if you're gonna include them, you got to include the new Sunset Overdrive.
Well, you can include that. Because
I like including things.
What are they called? Is it the OD? Yeah, the Overdrive or something like that.
Who's in the name?
Which, by the sounds of things, is supposed to be a really good game because it's just been getting brilliant marks across the board again with goddamn Xbox. With its exclusives. Yeah. I give it. There is some games that need it, but by the sounds of things, every one that we've actually mentioned here is either a open world like Red Dead Redemption, or it's a first-person shooter like, for example, Halo, which we just mentioned.
Basically the same kind of game you can do.
Right, now this is going to be more fun. Now, taking away from like open world and the first-person shooters, even third-person shooter here, is there another game that you would like to see zombies be put in?
Pokemon.
You heard of the battle sons.
They probably are, for all I know.
They don't faint, they die, and then they come back to life.
The problem with that question, GD, is there's not much else zombies can fit into.
What, like a certain puzzle game?
What?
Tetris?
Tetris. I bet there is a zombie Tetris somewhere going on, look. I was talking about Plants vs. Zombies.
That's a shooter.
That's not a shooter, that's a lane defense.
A third person and a shooter.
No.
What do you do in the game? You shoot.
No, you don't. You basically place plants in a lane. You guys are thinking. You do know that there is another game apart from the Plants vs. Zombies God of Warfare,
the original.
right?
You're about the original, aren't you?
I'm on about the actual original game, yeah.
There was a second one as well.
Yeah, there's a second one.
What did they come out on?
Everything.
PC.
Xbox 360.
And that's why I don't fucking care
Xbox
about
360.
Yeah.
them. You shut up, Ryan.
Well, because I'm correct.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you bring up the console that is actually on? Stop bringing up the truth.
Didn't come out on Play. Oh no, I'll stop there because I don't know if it did come out on PlayStation.
But yeah. So sometimes zombies do work in a sort of puzzle game as well, like Plants vs. Zombies.
What about a JRPG? You kind of zombie game.
Oh, that would be just freaky. Oh my
what?
God.
What do you reckon? Japanese?
Well, they do have Japanese zombies. What's it called?
They're really short.
What's the? I think is it King of Fighters, where it's they've got the one. I don't know. They're kind of zombies are the ones where it's usually blue skin, but it's got that piece of paper in front of the face, isn't it? That hop. That's a Japanese zombie.
What have you been playing?
That is actually that.
It's your hop.
No, that is what a description of a Japanese zombie. You got to think when our description of a zombie is more westernized, where it is basically
where it's just an undead person who's got rotting flesh on the face.
Yeah, and they're basically most of the time dragging one foot behind them.
Yeah, because usually they've been run over a few times by people.
Not in Michael Jackson's case, because he does a dance.
But okay, yeah, I've got a better one. What about this? This is going to be off the wall, and I bet this has already been made. But what about if there was a zombie dating sim?
There is.
God's sake.
Or the walls. That one came out for the Xbox 360.
Do you know what I find funny here? Out of everyone who I thought would have known if there is a zombie dating sim, I knew Ryan would be the one who would know.
Not because I'm looking for a dating sim or anything, no. I'm just
you're
scrolling through.
Should your wife be worried, Ryan? Should your wife be worried?
Oh, I don't know. If she was worried a long time ago.
Do you like? She like? Oh, I can dress up tonight. Yeah, go on. I put the zombie one on. Pretend you're dead.
Try and bite me.
Right.
That's the campest bite me I've ever heard. Oh, bite me.
Later, 5 minutes to come back. Moan a bit.
Anyway, before we go on to the quick update stuff, you was on about Minecraft. We said that there was an update that came out, and I found the story where it does say that 4J Studios have told fans that they want to bring horses to the console ports of Minecraft, but now the team has shown the world their first look at a new animal type that's coming to the popular block film. It is a horse. They teased a screenshot on October the 24th. That will officially bring horses to the Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3, and Vita. But I don't know if it is on this update or if it's just a few bug fixes.
Oh, we can have Grand National challenges now.
Well, we can actually use the what's it called, the Welsh Valley racetrack for actually what it's supposed to be for, horse racing.
Woohoo!
I
can do that on PC.
I know we can do it on PC. We've got the Witch is on the PC.
We don't talk about that fucking shit here.
But,
yep, I agree with Cajr on that one.
Thank you. I've got a backup.
No. Actually, no.
You don't have backup, Cajr.
We've had 2 weeks. We've had one podcast where we've not really been able to mention PC gaming, and now that Doc is back, we can talk a little bit about PC gaming.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
no.
I've done.
We're going
you
to
mentioned
you mentioned it enough already.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why we're going to move straight over to
I've got another zombie game which we haven't mentioned yet, which was a brilliant game, but the ending of the first game was a bit short. Dead Island.
Oh God, yeah.
I remember the first time I ever played that, Ryan decides to jump in with us, and he kind of kills the final boss in one shot. Yeah. I didn't even get to move before it was final.
I knew you were going to mention that.
Oh. Well, what's it called? We've got what they've done. They've done Dead Island, and I think it was Dead Island Riptide, the next one, the 1.5 game technically. Mm-hmm. And then we've got Escape Dead Island, which is coming out at the beginning of next year.
Didn't they have Epidemic as well? Which was on iOS.
It's a MOBA.
Is it been and gone?
It's a PC MOBA game.
Oh, the Epidemic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
free
was
to play.
I thought it was for Wii U as well.
Yeah.
I've got a code. I've already put the code in for me to play that game, but I've not had time.
Yeah. I've played it. It's shit.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we've got Escape Dead Island, which is coming out next year, but it's also giving you a chance to play Dead Island 2, which is coming out next year as well, which is going to be set in California for once.
So it's not going to be an island anymore.
No, it's not. It's now.
So it kind of defeats the objective of the name. It's
you might end up on an island.
Well, it's technically, if you think about it, it's a sort of island,
but somewhere else.
You might fly off to Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that Dead Island.
I'll tell you what would be a good one for them, actually, if they could do it. If they set it in Alcatraz.
They have done. They've done that in Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, they did. It was one of the
DLCs.
What? Oh, that's my game now. you're in the prison. You use the analog sticks to aim as the guns, and and it's in a prison, and no one's played it, have they?
No,
Prison
I've not
Break.
heard of this.
Yeah, it's a different kind of prison break. Less games.
Yeah, it would help if you actually explained it properly.
So you're like this convict, and you team up with a copper because like the dead and all the
Is it based
horrible
on a
things.
movie?
Well, hold on, this is a zombie game.
I don't know if it's a zombie game, but it's got lots of dead things in it.
It's got lots
And
of
like,
things in it after
and
you
then,
shot them.
and then you use the analog sticks to kind of turn and shoot and like to aim the guns, just the guns. It walks by itself, and no, I can't remember what it's called. It was in my head, and I feel like I just made up a game in my head.
Well, Doc, if it helps.
And then there was unicorns and sheep and
I'll play that game.
If you
yeah.
if you remember it by next week, be sure to write it down.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, gonna find out. Well, while you're finding that out, let's move over because we're coming to the end of the podcast now anyway, and we'll go to the quick update. First of all, like I said, we mentioned this earlier. Outlast 2, it's in the works. They had a interview with
People?
With people, yeah. they had an interview with people. Well, basically, they was asking just certain things about that, and they said that because of how well the Xbox One and the PS4 game is doing, they feel like they've got another horror game that they can work on, and they've basically said, yeah, we're working now on Outlast 2. Not given any details about it yet, but I expect some details about it in the new year, which is nice.
Is it? Well, it's not nice for you, is it? Well, you're going to do a stream on it.
No, it's not nice for me. It's never nice for me.
Still got to do the stream on Outlast 1.
I don't have to do a stream on Outlast 1.
Yeah, I think you should do that tomorrow.
No, I don't want to do. No, I don't.
We want you to do.
You can't start number 2 and not do number 1.
I don't even plan to do number 2. I don't know where you got the idea that I'm going to do number 2.
You will do number 2.
No, I won't.
You know you will do number 2 because you do as you are told.
No, you get lost.
GD did a big number 2.
Within, you know that.
GD did a doo-doo.
Anyway, yeah, they had an interview. Fuck off. With I'm guessing it's a website called Bloody Disgusting. Yeah,
what a name!
I know. They had an interview with the designer and co-founder Philippe Morin, who confirmed that Outlast.
Philippe Morin.
Morin.
Oh, alright, I think Morin then. Let's see what a name that is.
He probably gets that all the time, doesn't he?
Which he's basically confirmed that Outlast 2 is currently in development. So that's nice.
He's your favourite person, isn't he?
I want to. Yeah. Going over to some Wii U news, there was a Nintendo Direct out last week as well, where they basically gave us a ton of information about Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. And I think one of the biggest points that they basically announced was that there was going to be a 8-player simultaneous play mode in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be offline only. You can't play this 8-player online. They are going to. Well, you got to think about it. It's fitting it on the screen.
Who has 8 friends around their house?
Well, a lot of companies think that they can get 4 friends around in the house. I'm more surprised that you can fit 8 controllers on a Wii U. They said that it's only going to be local multiplayer, and there's only going to be so many maps available because of the size. But they are actually bringing larger stages to accommodate all the characters in this game, which will include traps on the actual stage, so you can knock them out in these like red zones, which is like lava.
Nice one.
Lava.
Yeah, lava, where it will damage the person who gets knocked into it. But if their damage meter is over 100%, once they get knocked into it, the character gets knocked out. Like when you knock them off the stage or stuff like that. But they've also said that they've also announced that Ridley of the Metroid series, he's not going to be a playable character, but you can have him team up in one of the stages with you.
Cool.
And also where you can, other people, including yourself, even if he's on your team, you can knock him out and it will count as one smash point during that match as well. So he'd be technically a character, but he'll be AI.
He's a liability, is what he is.
He's a liability. Also, they've announced that Mewtwo is going to be coming to the Super Smash Bros. Games as well in spring 2015, and he'll be.
Was there a video with their reaction to people when they said there's Mewtwo?
I don't know. They probably is.
I don't know if it was real, but it looked quite funny.
Well, probably. I don't know. I ain't seen a video about it, but they said that all they said about the Mewtwo thing is that it's coming out spring 2015 because it takes some time to actually get a character ready for this game, which makes sense because you've got to get the movesets and stuff like that and how they react with other characters. But if you've got the Wii U version and the 3DS version, you'll be getting this character for free.
That's it. I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
A Wii U.
And a 3DS.
And I don't think we mentioned this last week, but someone basically sent a death threat tweet to Gabe Newell, who is he basically owns Valve.
You did.
Yes.
I did mention this.
It was, I know that one.
The guy was called Mike Mulbeck. Well, he's actually left the team who makes this Paranautical Activity now to try and give them any chance of getting the game back onto Steam, or give them chance to, if they make another game, to be put on Steam. Now, I've checked earlier today. The game is still not up. You still can't get this game on Steam.
They won't. They're just gonna not have it anymore.
He's basically ruined that studio, which is He's basically ruined his career in gaming.
Flappy Bird all over again, isn't
it? No, except this time, you don't. Out of anything you do not send a death threat to the guy who owns the company who runs Steam.
No, just death threat. A tweet.
What did he actually say?
He said, I can find it. Oh, I can't find it.
Did he include "I'm gonna teabag you" at the end?
No, he didn't include "he's gonna teabag you" at the end. He basically said that. Basically released out Steam, blah blah blah. He tweeted a series of angry tweets to him, so it wasn't just one tweet, and that ended in him sarcastically saying that he was going to kill Gabe Newell. Pretty much.
So wasn't even very creative, was it?
It doesn't feel too good now.
But you don't send that to him because
I know, but if you're gonna lose, you might as well get creative with it.
Yeah. You might be like, actually, that was quite a good one. You can have your game on there for a while. No, is that all I've got?
Will keep it
daily.
No, he basically, what's it called? I think he sent out the angry tweets because they've been having problems with Steam anyway with this game. Well, it basically broke the camel's back, or whatever the saying is.
Straw that brought the camel's back.
Thank you very much. When they had the image up on the front page and it said that it was still in early access when it had just been out of early access. Which, it
was just shit.
Yeah. I feel sorry for him because I won't mind. By the time,
what do you feel sorry for him for?
I feel sorry for the company. I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I feel sorry because
I'm sure all I had to do was send an email saying, look,
just imagine the office atmosphere.
Have early access.
Yeah, basically walking. You did what? I didn't tell you to send the tweet. I just told you to write it.
Oh, if it doesn't change that, I'll kill him. Oh, fucking tweet that. Yeah. Pay rise. Don't send that. Oh, shit got real.
You just don't do stuff.
You sent multiple tweets. You didn't just stop at one.
What did you say exactly? I'm going to kill you. really, like, you develop games and that's what you come up with.
Over and over and over and over again.
Anyway,
Maybe you should leave.
Anyway, talking about, sticking with the bit of the Halloween mode here. Dying Light, we know that's coming out 30th of January, where they've announced that they're going to be dropping the PS3 and the Xbox 360 versions of the game, and they're going current gen only now.
Oh, it's a great game. I played it at Eurogamer.
It does look really good.
I like the idea. In my opinion, it sounds like if I Am Legend was a game, this would be the game.
No, because Will Smith wasn't free running, really, was he?
Well, you got to think about it. You basically.
This is like Mirror's Edge versus. This is like
I
Mirror's
could just
Edge.
see Will Smith just doing like a bit of parkour in the middle of the city. Looks like a shit up hell.
This is like Mirror's Edge meets Dead Island, basically.
Yeah, well, I like the idea because I think you collect things during the day to basically barricade yourself in at night, and I like the idea as well that you can join people's games as a extremely strong zombie.
Shouldn't I just
basically it's basically the best form of griefing ever.
And every single Craver is going to be jumping into one of those games as whoever's got it.
Cajr, I can already hear the cogs in your mind thinking,
I don't think he's going to get the game.
Yeah. Or he is, and he's not going to tell us.
No.
I'm good on PC.
His mic's off.
Is it on PC? Yeah.
Don't bring up the P word. Well, P letter.
Okay.
Last two stories that I've got here. Battlefield Hardline has now got a release date finally. March the 17th, 2015. I don't care. I think the beta's kind of ruined it for everyone. And they've also said that expect the next Battlefield game in 2016 as well. This is basically going to be the Battlefield game of 2015.
And it might work.
It might work. That's what they keep telling us. Oh.
Didn't someone try and sue EA because it didn't work at first?
The shareholders tried to sue him, but it's been dropped. No, but it hadn't been dropped. The basically court's gone in favour of EA against the shareholders because they thought you can't really blame them if the game doesn't work. It's because
it's what they offered. Like they said, oh, we're going to run this and this, and it's going to be this, and there's like all they got was that, and.
Yeah, well, in that case, shouldn't Rockstar have been sued for promising us bank jobs, and that's not happened yet either.
Apparently that's
well, they have been sued, haven't they, loads of times?
Lindsay Lohan.
Honestly, we've mentioned that about
I got screwed on the table. That's clearly me.
Next, Doc.
I'm sure I was in that game as well at one point.
Doc, are you just having some, you got screwed on a table?
I meant if Lindsay Lohan, that's Lindsay Lohan.
That's right with words.
God, choose your words carefully.
Okay, yeah. Well, there was this once. There was a unicorn, and
last story that I've got. Star Wars Battlefront is coming holiday 2015. Battlefield 5 is going to be coming holiday 2016. What's it called? EA's developers DICE and that lot have come out to say, which is nice. So we got an idea when these Star Wars games are going to be coming out, and we'll hopefully be seeing footage of it next.
We'll get Mickey Mouse as a DLC.
I'm just waiting for Disney Infinity, where you've got Star Wars.
Yeah, team up Iron Man and Jedi's. It's the best.
I've got a new story.
You got what's going on?
I forgot what he's fucking called now. Noriega, fucking the dictator from Panama or somewhere. His lawsuit against Call of Duty has been dismissed.
Oh.
So that's the future of Lindsay Hall on her lawsuit. It's been dismissed because they used his likeness up apparently, and it was the dictator in the game, and very much similar to him.
1 minute, sorry, we're just having a bit of a technical issue. We've lost Doc.
He's trying to screw Lindsay Lohan on a table.
No, he's got to get screwed.
Anyway, I've got no more stories. He's busy now. Oh, great. Yeah, we'll go on to new releases while we try and hopefully get Doc back. send him another thing. First of all, games that are coming out on Friday, the 31st. Once the list loads up. Thank you.
WWE 2K15 on last gen only.
Yeah, well, then again, we know why it's going to be taking a bit longer for it to come out. Right, games that are coming out. We have The Walking Dead Season 2 and Season 1, which was supposed to be coming out last week, but it's now coming out this week.
I've got it on, like, every single device I own.
Well, yeah, it's now going to be coming out on Xbox One and PS4 for both of them as well.
Woohoo!
Which is nice. Farming Simulator 2015 comes out on PC.
Does that have zombies in it as well?
Give it a chance, it probably will.
Yes.
No, there's no zombies in it, just, yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Danger of the Ooze is coming out on the 360, PS3 and 3DS. Invisimals. The Resistance is coming out on the Vita. NBA Live 2015 comes out on Xbox One and PS4. Freedom Wars comes out on the PS Vita. Lords of the Fallen comes out on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. That's supposed to be very Dark Souls-ish, isn't it? That game.
That one's kind of slipped in under the radar, hasn't it? In all the great games that's coming out. That's what's like slipping in the radar.
Yeah, I feel sorry. But then again, I've heard bits of it, but that's it. And I've not seen much about it. I'm thinking...
That's what I mean. It's been there for months and months, obviously. But because everyone's hyped about all these other games, it's like nobody's really give it the attention to see what it is or anything.
Yeah. Last two for Friday. Like you said, WWE 2K15 comes out on the 360 and PS3. It'll be coming out on what's it called? The Xbox One and the PS4 later next month. I think it's 21st.
I have 15th in my head.
15th, something like that. Then we've also got another game coming out on Xbox One only. Sunset Overdrive comes out on the 31st as well. Also,
people are happily to buy me for Halloween present if they want.
Or me.
No.
Oh, you'll buy it me, will you?
No. Someone can buy it for me. And then we've also got one game where the date is a bit weird here. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare comes out. Well, if you've got the Day Zero edition, so if you get it on digitally on the PS4 or the Xbox One, you can play it from Monday, the 3rd. But it'll be available in shops as the actual original on the 3rd. On the 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Worldwide release.
Yeah. So there we go. That's those dates. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. You guys got anything else you want to add or? Doc?
No.
No. Oh, you're there, sort of.
Yeah,
Doc is sort of there. So.
He's Doc, there, but he isn't Doc. There. He's like a voice in our heads.
Anyway, hello. Oh.
I'd love to know what he's done.
I want to know what he's done, but it's too late now. So, like we do at the end, have you got any plans this week, streaming-wise or game night-wise? Starting with our guest, Ryan.
Well, actually, speaking to you guys the other night, I'm actually going to start doing my Zombie Bytes, I think. It's obviously going to be a little bit different because I won't be interviewing everybody, but I'll be reviewing and talking about zombie games that we've got on the current gen, obviously, because that's the only thing I've got.
When you plan to bring this back?
Well, we'll see. I'm trying to get it on a weekly thing, but it's going to be each month. It's going to be a set game, so I won't move on to the next game until the next month comes along. That's
cool. So what is it going to be? Twitch, or are you just using a recording on the Xbox?
No, I'm going to record and edit it, stick it on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, I'm guessing you have got a Twitch account at the same time, aren't you?
I do.
Yes, and if you are doing any streaming on Twitch, where can they find you?
IRN space RYN, because it's not spelt like IRN RYN. .tv.
.tv. Fair enough.
No, isn't it Twitch.tv IRN RYN.
Something like that.
Yeah, twitch.//
Something.
comma.
Yes. Now he's back in the party.
Hi.
Doug, hi. You got any plans?
Are you bleeding from your nose, Doc?
Wait. Wait,
Let's freaking unicorn come through the window.
That's a good point. What the hell happened? If people weren't listening and why Doc was quiet for the last, 5-10 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? What happened, mate?
My internet died.
The internet died.
Everything just kind of went, yeah, then I tried to connect through my phone, and then my battery died on my phone. Basically, I hate technology, I'm going to live in a tree.
And if you are going to be streaming from this tree, can they find you?
Awesome.
How can he stream if he's got no technology?
Oh, he'll find
You can have technology in a tree.
No, it'll be green energy.
Like the best treehouse ever.
If I do any streaming, it will be twitch.tv/DocRobin87.
I'm slowly starting to lose him again.
7.
Let's quickly get this done. Cajr, any plans?
Plans? Not at the moment. Still rammed at work, so, too tired.
Streaming site thing. Thank you, please.
What?
Twitch.tv/.
Oh, I thought you were going to finish it.
No, it's your streaming
You started it, so I just assumed you were going to finish it.
Do you want to finish it?
He never finished himself off, does he?
Okay. Cajr.
That's not what she said.
He's getting rammed at work.
Doesn't he finish himself?
I know, you should pick your words a bit better, mate.
I chose my words perfectly.
Anyway, my turn.
At least I don't get rammed as much as Doc does on fucking tables.
Oh.
Well, it's got to be done somewhere.
Anyway, me.
If it's including Lindsay Lohan.
I'll be doing
Good story.
I'll be doing an Evil Within stream on Friday for Halloween, which you can catch at twitch.tv/GDW2007. Also, we have a game
So,
night.
for anyone that listens to this on a Monday, that's just pointless information he's just told you there, because...
It'll be pointless information, but it'll hopefully be up on YouTube.
Are you doing anything next Friday?
You'd be recovering from screaming like a little girl.
Also, on Sunday, we have a Tower of Bling challenge on the Xbox One, where we're going back to the 36 stages of hell for Halloween.
So we need more people.
Yeah, if
we need 2 teams.
Yeah,
I'll
we've
be
got
at work,
2 teams. So,
no, what do you mean? I was going to be on the Xbox.
You will be joining. Sorry,
I'll just have a different background.
We won't be able to see you.
But that will be streamed as well. So if people want to watch it, like I said, either go to mine. I think Cajr, you usually stream it as well, don't you?
Yes.
And I'm guessing Ryan,
You got to let people have the winner's view.
So we'll make
What,
sure.
mine? I'll be able to stream.
Excuse me, who's won the last 2 challenges? I'm talking Xbox and
It's only because I
PS4
wasn't
here.
on the PlayStation. I mean,
But I won the last
other
Xbox
one.
one.
It was potluck. It was luck. It was
forgot
just
what
luck.
the
I
last
was
one
winning.
was.
I was winning, and it was just luck, basically, at the end of the day. And
What
you
was
cheated.
it?
What
You
challenge did we do
cheated.
last time?
You cheated because you died, and you wasn't supposed to die unless you was in the pit, and you cheated.
What was
Oh
the
God,
challenge
yeah, I
again?
was in the pit. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And I wasn't allowed to die, but Cajr was allowed to die, and then he got all his health back. Or was it JD?
Oh yeah,
It
yeah. No, we decided it by each of us pressed the button, all the N2 buttons. One I pressed, one pressed the other, and what were it, 5 times?
I do feel kind of bad here because I ended up getting the one where it was guaranteed at least a hostile monster through that.
Yeah, I won. Cut off the bottom of it is I won.
Luck.
I united the towers. Nobody can take that away from me.
Well, I can't because I don't have a PlayStation, but...
Well, that's your own fucking
You've
fault.
got a chance of taking it away from him this Sunday.
Yeah,
by
I will
winning
do. Unless I'm on his team, because
in
isn't it team-based?
Yeah, but we have to...
Yeah, but you got to remember, there's only one person can have the Tower of Bling, so you'll be the team who wins We'll then be going to the Hot Feet Challenge to see who wins the Tower of Blee. Basically, that's how we work it. When we do team-based challenges, that's how it happens. It usually ends up at Hot Feet Challenge. So
anyway, I've got something else to ask Doc. Doc, what's happened to the added feature on your PS4 these days?
It's fixed. It's fine.
Yeah, he's fixed it now.
Oh, did you glue it back together? That fault line.
No, I sent it off and it cost me money and it works now.
Well, it's cheaper than what, like you said, it was cheaper than getting a new one. So it's Well, this time it teaches you: do not use your PlayStation 4 as a boomerang.
Yeah. Catch. I haven't got a dog. Shit.
Anyway, final bits. If you want any more news, or if you want to see the written it's just classed as the update now, or the next CTG podcast, you can find it at craveyourgame.wordpress.com. Also, if you are not a part of Crave the Game and you want to be a Craver, you can join us at cravethegame.net. I think that's everything, isn't it? Did I miss anything?
Cake.
So.
Cake. Yes. There's always
We don't do cake.
Oh.
What do you mean you don't do cake?
We do cake.
I was off for cookies when I joined and I'm still waiting for them.
I got cake, popcorn.
Oh, no. That cookie thing, that's basically, like when you go onto a web browser, that kind of cookie. It's not the good kind of cookies.
I got a free t-shirt.
You got a free t-shirt?
No, I'm only joking. Look at GD's face then.
Why did you
The audacity. Yeah.
You just got my company. You lucky guys.
Anyway, let's end this because we're getting close to the hour and a half mark. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you for joining us on this creepy Halloween podcast.
Is that from the Truman Show?
Woo. What?
Is that from the Truman Show he stole?
I knew
Stealing stuff from the Truman.
No.
Yeah,
Stolen that from the Truman Show.
I knew he stole it from somewhere.
I didn't steal it from anywhere.
I just heard it somewhere while I was watching the movie about Jim Carrey.
It's not about Jim Carrey, it's with Jim Carrey, isn't it?
I like to point out, if anyone knows my catchphrase, it's "Hello, fellow Cravers." Anyway, so
No, that's just a greeting.
It's a greeting and it's a catchphrase.
It isn't a fucking catchphrase.
You're just jealous because I've got a catchphrase and you don't.
He does.
I do.
It is.
Exactly.
That's not a catchphrase.
Swears.
Everybody's saying it.
Yeah.
Swears.
Like I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening,
Swears.
and
Good
good
night.
night. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
TTFN.